There's a rock in an Ohio forest that a man carved alone at night by lantern light. He worked on it for years, and he never told anyone what it meant. This is South Chagrin Reservation, part of the Cleveland Metroparks system, southeast of Cleveland and about a half hour from Akron. I've been out here a few times. The trail follows the Chagrin River behind me. There's waterfalls, sandstone ledges, old stone arch bridges. It's genuinely a good hike, but I keep coming back because of what's at the end of it. There's a boulder down here that most people photograph, post, and walk away from without really knowing what they're looking at. And the story behind it is a lot. Henry Church Jr. was born in Chagrin Falls in 1836. One of the first children born to the settlement. His father was a blacksmith, so he became a blacksmith, and that's just how that worked. But he also painted, sculpted. He was even in a town band. He even made the weather vane that's still on top of the Chagrin Falls Town Hall. And he was commissioned to paint murals. John D. Rockefeller even had some of his work. None of it made him any money though. So he eventually leased out the smithy just so he could focus on art full time. He was entirely self-taught and didn't meet another working artist until he was in his 30s, when he went to Cleveland to watch Archibald Willard paint. Willard, the man who painted the Spirit of 76, the one with the drummer and the fife and the flag, one of the most reproduced paintings of the American 19th century. Church walked 2 miles along this river every evening to carve a political statement into the rock that no one ever asked for, and the only artist he'd ever watched work made one of the most patriotic paintings in America. In the 1880s, he started making his way out here every afternoon after work. He'd carve until it got dark, and then he'd walk home, and he did this for years. And he was also a committed spiritualist who genuinely believed the dead could communicate with the living. The formal title of the work? The Rape of the Indians by the White Man. He finished in 1885, and that was not a popular thing to say in 1885. So here it is. The central figure is a Native American woman, encircled by a snake. Church intended the snake to represent the United States government. The woman represent the tribes. Around her, a child in a cradle, a skeleton, an eagle with its wings spread. Church seems to have meant it as a rescue, or maybe a witness. A mountain lion, a tomahawk, a quiver of arrows, a shield. This was carved by hand into sandstone by a man who taught himself everything he knew. For a blacksmith working by lantern light after a full day's shift, the workmanship is extraordinary. Most people look at the front face and leave, which means most people miss what's on the other side. Over here, facing the river, a woodsman felling a tree, a log cabin, and the Capitol building in Washington. This side is believed to trace the arc of Abraham Lincoln's life, from frontier settlement to the seat of power. Church left this side unfinished. We don't know if it was deliberate, the story cut short, or if he ran out of time, or both. Here's the rest of what you need to know about Henry Church Jr. He carved his own tombstone before he died, a lion and a lamb from the verse in Isaiah. It's currently on long-term loan at the Cleveland Museum of Art, though I did get a chance to see it at the cemetery my last time here. And back to that thing I said earlier, because he was a man who believed that the dead could genuinely reach the living, he pre-recorded his own funeral sermon on a wax gramophone so that he could preach at his own burial. A man who spent years in the dark, alone, making political art nobody asked for a cause that most of his contemporaries would have actively opposed, who also made sure he got the last word at his own funeral. He died in 1908. He never became famous. The rock was called Squaw Rock for over 100 years, the word a slur. After decades of misuse of an Algonquian term, Cleveland Metroparks officially renamed the rock Henry Church Jr. Rock a few years ago. The name changed, the history didn't. The rock's still saying exactly what he carved into it in 1885. A blacksmith's political statement, carved in sandstone, sitting here for 140 years, just waiting for someone to come and read it. There's more to Northeast Ohio than most people realize. And that's kind of what this series is. Next one, the Hinckley Reservation. where a bricklayer spent 2.5 years carving his dead wife's memory into a 300 million year old rock face. And a sphinx. Yes, a sphinx in Ohio. Subscribe if you want to see it. I'm Rex. That's Artemis. See you on the next one.